What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Lou Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
A quick reminder, at the end of this week, we're going to be talking about our game of the month, Enter the Gungeon. So make sure to join us on that. Make sure to play it and come back. Tell us what you thought of it. We'll let you know what we thought of it. And Plus Club is also at the end of the week. And for that, we played Bloodborne and Ratchet & Clank. Hopefully, you guys also played them. Come back at the end of the month and or at the end of the week and talk to us about what you thought of those games. We're going to do the same. And also join the Discord down in the description box. We talk all day about random shit, and it's a fun place to hang out. But with that, we have 4 bits of news, so let's get into it. First bit of news. There was rumors about a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remaster coming out. Well, that's been confirmed via Amazon Italy. It showed up on there for a April 30th release date at $19.99, $20. And yeah, coming out early before Black Ops 4 in October. It does say, though, that it's coming with the campaign, but not the multiplayer. We'll get into that in a sec. And yeah, what do we think about after the success of the Modern Warfare remaster, having Modern Warfare 2 come out, remastered at $20 without multiplayer?
How much did the other one cost when they finally released it on its own?
$20.
And it had multiplayer?
Yeah.
I was about to be like $20 for single player isn't that bad. Mm-hmm. But they kind of set a standard already, so that's kind of weird. I'm wondering if they're going to charge for multiplayer later.
Okay, so this is the interesting thing. Me and Josh talked about this a little bit already. And first off, I just want to say it is very bizarre, if this is true, that they're doing that. And the only thing I can think of is they're fucking crazy, and they're going to only release the campaign, or they are going to charge for it later. Josh even said the same thing. So it's obviously something that most people are concluding, so it's not too far-fetched. So yeah, and hopefully that's not the case. But because at first I was like, you know what, I actually really like the campaign in Modern Warfare 2.
I do too.
Like a lot. I think it's great. Has fucking Hans Zimmer doing the soundtrack. I mean, like it's probably one of the biggest, most cinematic like first person shooters to exist. So like yeah, I was like, oh cool, I'll play it. You know, but I was like, that's a lot of content they're cutting out for no apparent reason. There's also the co-op mode that's in that too. There's a third mode where you can play with a friend and do these scenarios. Mm-hmm. There's the bridge that wasn't even in the campaign, a completely different level that they created for that co-op mode. So it's very weird if they were to not add it. I hope it's wrong.
I also hope it's wrong because it sounds like a money grab.
Mm-hmm. Or fucking Bizarro World, where they don't understand people would want the multiplayer.
It just, and I wouldn't put it past Activision. I mean, look what they have Bungie doing with Destiny, and them and EA constantly looking for ways to get a couple more bucks out of people all the time. So
they're gonna release the base pack with 5 maps for another $20, and then the maps that already existed, there'll be a 3-map pack for fucking $5 here, $5 there, all rounding up to a nice clean $60.
I don't think Activision knows what $5 is. I'm pretty sure 20 is their starting point on everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's me being hopeful.
This is obviously all based off a rumor, or a misprint on a website, but I really, really hope it's not the case, because even though it wouldn't bother me because that's the part of the game I played, it really, like, think about who's playing Call of Duty these days.
Yeah.
So everyone buys it for the multiplayer.
Well, here's the thing that's kind of weird. It's like I am a fan of Call of Duty. I've been playing them since the beginning. I think certain aspects of them have become weaker and certain aspects have become stronger. Mm-hmm. But this is around the time that like Call of Duty was at its height.
Right.
Was Modern Warfare 2. And even though I wasn't the hugest fan of Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, I liked almost everything about it. I just didn't like the maps. People love it. People loved it, man. It was fucking huge. So it's just like, if it's not a money grab, you have some really lazy or really stupid people making this.
Yeah.
They're rushing it, or they're just like fucking, well, you think they're actually gonna play it? Like, because people are playing the multiplayer in Modern Warfare. I thought it was awesome to fucking revisit that online again. Mm-hmm. I would do the same thing here. This actually does affect my thought process on buying this. I do want to get it, but if I know I'm only getting a campaign for $20, that's kind of steep for me at this point for a campaign. It's a 6-hour campaign. It's really good, but it's not new. It's not a new campaign.
Right.
I mean, we just played a 6-hour campaign in fucking A Way Out that just came out fucking a couple days ago for $30. And, you know, it's been out for a while. I've done it already. So, and I could always go back and play it on PC and it'll look great still. So, I don't know. This is really weird. I think another thing, too, I wanted to bring up is there are concerns about the second level in the game, No Russian, how it's going to be handled. Because back in 2009 when it came out, there was a lot of controversy over it, and we live in a very, very sensitive time now where things that people might have complained about back then, people will definitely complain about now. So people are a little worried how they will do No Russian. Any thoughts on that? For people who don't know, No Russian was a level in Modern Warfare 2 where you were playing as a, spoiler alert, it's been a long time, so, you know, whatever. You're playing as like this like undercover agent who's infiltrating a Russian group of people, and to kind of not blow his cover, they go to a airport and shoot the place up to kind of create a spark that ignites like a war, essentially. And he's there too. You're playing as him, and you experience this massacre, this like atrocity, and you can either take part in it or you don't. And either's fine, but if you take part in it, you're doing that real underground, like fucking black ops, fucking like hardcore shit that people do in real life to not blow their cover. And it's fucked up, but like a lot of people were like, I can't believe they put this in a game. There's way worse things in other games. So do you think they would do anything different with that? Maybe even skip the level?
Ooh, I really hope not. Kind of sets a tone.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a severity, a seriousness to that scene that really sets the pacing to the game, like, oh shit, stuff's serious.
Well, the reason, you know, they're going to war, you know, is because of stuff like that. You don't just go to war because, oh, hey, we're bad guys. You know, they're the bad guys, we're the good guys. Like they there has to be a reason for them to be the bad guys. So,
yeah.
I guess the only thing I would say there is the people who are likely to complain about that are the same people who complained about it before. They're not your customers.
They're probably not going to play it. They're probably not playing it at all.
Yeah. So. Yeah. They're probably opposed to any game where you shoot anything anyways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. They're playing fucking Grand Theft Auto all the time. Fucking, oh, look, I just hit that old lady. Yeah. This game's ridiculous.
Yeah, don't alter the game.
Yeah, no, I would be very upset if they fuck with it. Especially with this minus multiplayer thing. If you're going to sell only the campaign, if you fucking do anything to the campaign, it will make me even more inclined to not want to get it. So This whole thing sounded kind of like a fucking mess. I'm hoping that the leak is true, but I'm hoping that the information is not accurate.
Yeah.
Because I would love a full, complete Modern Warfare 2 remastered. I will buy it. 100%. I'll fucking buy it. Don't fuck with it. Just give me it as it was, you know, remastered. That's all you gotta do. I'll give you my money.
I do think it's funny. I don't remember you being able to skip that level. Did they patch it to do that?
No. There's a thing in the beginning of the game that asked you if they said there's a really sensitive. Even back then, they had a warning. It's like, there's a really sensitive scene in this game. Do you want to skip it or not? Which is very vague. So I think a lot of people didn't do it.
Right.
And I definitely won't do it because I mean, like, I'm a proponent of it. I think it's a really impactful scene. So.
Right.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on this? No. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered? What do you think about them not doing multiplayer? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's false? Why do you think they would do that? Do you think it's for money? Do you think it's because they're lazy? Would you buy this? Did you play Modern Warfare 2? Were you into Call of Duty then? You don't like it now, or you didn't like it back then? Let me know everything you're thinking about when it comes to Call of Duty 2 Remastered. Second bit of news.
So shortly after Sea of Thieves released, Rare announced that they were going to implement a what they call a death tax. Most games, when you die, there is a penalty. I don't believe there is currently one at all in Sea of Thieves.
Very surprising.
And basically, the way it would work is if you were killed by another player, there'd be no death penalty at all. And if you died, by jumping off a ship and drowning, you'd get taxed a bunch because that was a really silly way to die. People didn't like this idea. Game's progression is slow as it is, and people felt like this would just really kind of stop progression for the most part. So they came out and tweeted letting everyone know that we've heard the feedback and the proposed death cost in Sea of Thieves is, well, dead. They also said, we messed up with the messaging around this, and it's now gone. Thanks for the honest feedback and discussion on this. So what do you think about them originally saying this, and then what do you think about them changing their minds?
This is an interesting thing because, first off, without the input of people, if they were to just patch the game and add a death tax, as long as it was fair, I wouldn't be a person who'd be like 100% against it or quit the game over it. I'd be like, oh shit, things got serious. Let's all fucking rethink the way we play this game. But on the opposite end of that, it would change the dynamic of the game. The game is already a little more hardcore than I think a lot of people expected it to be. And I know a lot of people were worried about it affecting PvP as well, which I think would be a huge mistake. And they obviously that wasn't in the plans, but people were worried about that. So it's worth talking about. That game is a game where it's a pure sandbox. You are doing what you decide to do based off your wants and needs. That's the drive of the game. And so other people might want to just fuck with people or kill them. And maybe they don't kill you the first time, but you still have people trying to grief you in games like this.
Sure.
And so getting punished for that is a real bad incentive to put in a game. It's going to make people not want to fucking play it. So people having that concern makes sense, but them saying that it would be over other things. The game is... I think it's really easy to find death in the game. There's a lot of things trying to kill you. I mean, you could blow up a barrel and kill yourself. You could fall in the water and a shark could fucking kill you. A bunch of shit. So I think it's best if they don't have it. We were actually surprised when we played it, when we died. I think you were like, does anything happen when we die, or we're losing anything?
I've played way too many like MMOs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and most games do have some kind of penalty, and I don't mind. I mean, I've been playing the show of fucking Bloodborne lately, and that game's all about you fucking died. You better fix this right now.
Doesn't matter how stupid it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, shit. Okay. Yeah. I guess I got to fix the situation. So yeah, not having a death tax is fine. I keep it as it is. The big takeaway for me on this though is it shows that Rare is. Because a lot of people are saying the same things about this game. They're saying it's a really good game, it's a really good platform, but it needs work. It needs more stuff. It's a great base to build upon. Mm-hmm. And I 100% agree with that. We've talked about it already. So this is showing me that Rare is listening to us. Rare is trying to do what they think is going to make people enjoy the game more. So that is telling me that we, in the future, will probably be getting content quicker than I would assume. It sounds like they are absolutely trying to make sure this game succeeds. So I mean, that's the biggest takeaway for me on this.
It kind of has to, and I'm beating a dead horse right now, but like Microsoft needs this.
Yep. I want them to have this too. I want this to fucking work.
Yeah.
I want people to love it.
It is a very enjoyable game.
Yeah, I like it.
And we brought it up before, in case you missed that Tasty Cast where we talked about it. Really, the only thing I think it needs, besides content, is a tutorial of some sort. Even if it's just a video showing how to play the game.
And maybe some variants and things to do. But I mean, we haven't even done all the things.
But that's content wise. And everyone agrees with that part.
Yeah.
I was just saying the only thing I'd like to see on top of that maybe is a little bit of a tutorial, because even
100%.
We talked to our boss today, and he said he took him like 2.5 hours to even just start playing, essentially.
Yeah.
So
proud of him though. Fucking that shit was rough for us, and we're pretty seasoned when it comes to games. So
I'm glad they're listening. I hope they support the crap out of this game, because it is an enjoyable experience, and it is something that people can come back and visit, as long as there's something for them to do. So, and I could see myself playing this for a really long time, giving me an actual reason to stay on my Xbox more. So I really do. I want this to go well. As far as the actual news story goes, I actually prefer the game without the death cost. I think because of the way the game is, you don't want to discourage people from playing, right? And with the slow progression, I don't even mind that myself, because I like working towards something anyways.
I like the experience of the game too. So like, I'm not like, oh fuck, I got a power level.
No, exactly. And I think because there's no worry about what happens to you when you die, it makes that slow progression not such a headache. And I think in the case that they did have a penalty, it would discourage people from playing. So
especially if it was PvP, that would fucking be cataclysmic to the game.
oh yeah,
It would fucking kill it.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm glad they're listening, and I hope they kind of knock it out of the park in the future with this game. So
Absolutely. Let us know in the comments, what do you think about this? Would you have been okay with them having a death tax? Do you think it should stay the same as it is going to stay? Have you played it? What do you think about it? And what do you think about the longevity of this game? Do you think it's going to last? What do you think they need to add to it to keep it going? Or are you happy with how it is? Let us know. Third bit of news. Bissell Games was... essentially dismantled. They're gone at this point, but they were working on for EA a open world Star Wars game. Now, according to a job listing through EA Vancouver, studio of theirs, they are looking for a team lead that will deliver online features for a Star Wars open world project. So essentially, this is the news that is now confirmed. They are again working on an open world Star Wars game through EA. I don't know if it's the same guys because, like I said, Visceral does not exist anymore, which is fucking crazy. But yeah, it's coming. So what do we think about EA making a Star Wars game, open world? And are we excited for that? Are we not? Any reservations?
100% reservations.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with anything that EA is doing right now.
Yeah.
Though I will give props. Way Out was awesome. Though that was just a publishing job by them.
Yeah, that was
studio.
Yep.
But they're actually
A Way Out is dope. Go check it out.
Yeah, their main studios though. And I don't even blame them because I love a lot of the studios that are under the EA umbrella.
DICE is legendary, man.
Yeah, exactly. But EA has obviously this idea of how they want to make money, and it has to be in every game. Yep. And it clashes with the development process and causes people to finally really kind of speak out against it. Look what happened with the newest Battlefront. So.
Yeah, it was like one of the first wins that's happened in a while, and then we didn't even fully win. They're very unapologetic about it, but they did do something.
I'm not surprised by them not apologizing, but yes, you're right. They were very unapologetic. And
well, they were when they're talking about microtransactions, they're like, you know what, we get it. People are worried about them, blah blah blah, but we think they're a very good system to have. I forgot I was looking at a thing of the numbers, the amount of money they make off of them. It's fucking insane.
Yeah,
they're not going to get rid of them.
They think it's a really good system to have.
Exactly. Yeah,
they
are making we want that
big bucks off of it.
Yeah.
Look, I am all for, and I know people don't like this, but I'm all for microtransactions and DLCs if you want to make them.
Yeah.
They need to not alter the game though. When I buy a game, I need to get the game. Anything extra you add, it needs to be exactly that. It needs to be extra. Great example. I didn't buy the DLC for Nier Automata, and I love Nier Automata, but I don't care about going into an arena and fighting the CEO of Platinum Games and Square Enix.
Yeah,
it's neat, and for people who just need that extra and they like the joke there, cool. It's there for them, and they get to make an extra buck off it. You know, the development time versus the price on a DLC versus a game is drastically different, so it's a lot of profit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the studio's made. I should have looked it up. I don't know anything about the studio. If it's, I don't know. Too many questions. That's really where I'm getting to. So, too many questions.
Yeah. So starting with my opinion on this, I want to start positive. The idea of an open world Star Wars game is very exciting to me. Outside of MMOs, I don't think there has been one. So the prospect of having a Star Wars game that you could go on in a sandbox open world adventure is very fucking cool if done well. That has nothing to do with EA. Anyone makes a shit. There's been plenty of bad Star Wars games. There have been some good ones. So the idea, I'm like, holy shit. It's funny, on Twitter I read this. I was like, oh shit. And then I read EA. I was like, oh shit. Because
Star Wars games are only made by EA.
I know.
So.
But that was my reaction as I'm reading the tweet. I was like, oh, cool. Oh, fuck. Because I remembered EA. So I'm in the same boat as you. I mean, like they've gotten worse and worse and worse. It's like watching somebody with bad habits acknowledge they have bad habits, but they don't do anything to fix them, and they start getting worse with whatever they're doing. That's EA. EA knows what the fuck they're doing now with the Battlefront 2 thing. It's loud and fucking clear. They know where we stand. We know where we stand. We know where they stand. No one's budging. I mean, they did a little bit, but they still didn't do a whole lot. And then they told us we should want this. So that worries me. If you know anything about the production of fucking Anthem, it is in production hell. People who are working on it are worried about it. EA is being very fucking unhelpful about the production. They want it out when they want it out, and that's it. So, I mean, I've talked about this before with a couple people, part of the community, about EA and just interfering with games to the point where, I mean, when you have anybody creating anything for you creatively, they're building your fucking house, they're making your food, they're making a music for whatever project you're working on, they're making a movie for you. It's okay since you're paying them and paying for it. It's your project. They're making it. It's okay for you to have some input, but you gotta let them fucking make it. That's why you're paying them. That's why you're not making it. So the more, and this happens in movies all the fucking time. You gotta step back. If you're gonna fucking allow somebody to make something for you, you need to step back and let the creative process happen. If they do great, that's what we reward them for. They make games later and everybody loves them. If they do bad, you fucking work accordingly. But EA right now is, and it might be because of the pressure of having Star Wars and under Disney. I mean, I don't know, but they're way too involved, and they're not making an environment that's gonna create the games we want. They're more worried about the service aspect of what they can offer you to make more money than what they were making off $60 games. And I get where they're coming from, but it's not a good exchange. And with all that I'm ranting about, I'm worried about Anthem, and I'm worried about this game. I'm worried about anything EA is making. I'm worried about fucking the next Battlefield. I don't want to be, because Battlefield 1 is fucking amazing. But I don't know. Like, EA is just way too involved financially with everything when it comes to this. So the prospect of an open world Star Wars game is really exciting, but I can't get excited for it because there's a good chance it wouldn't be a crazy thing for EA to fuck it up.
Yeah.
So it's not a whole lot of excitement. I can't get excited about it, which is even more depressing because I want to be like, oh, this is awesome. But time will tell. We'll see when as it gets developed. We'll see where it goes, and what we get from it. But I'm assuming we're going to get a pretty cookie cutter open world game where you'll probably do a main quest, do some side quests, and find towers to climb up and fucking get a bird's eye view of the area, unlock the area, and continue the Ubisoft system that everyone uses now. And then there'll probably be ways to buy in-game currency and loot boxes and other shit. I don't know. Fucking I don't know. It sucks. I didn't even humor buying Battlefront 2 at all when it got announced. I was like, it's coming out way too fast already. The first one felt like a fucking free to play game that looked amazing. That was $60, and then I played the beta first match. Like, nope, this game's awful. It's empty. It's a hollow fucking game that looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So, because Frostbite is a great engine made by DICE, and DICE is a great company that made Battlefront 2. So, how'd that happen? EA. Anyway, any other thoughts? Let us know in the comments. Do you agree with us? Probably. If you don't, let us know why. Please, I'd be really interested. And regardless of EA thing, because fuck EA right now, what do you think about a Star Wars open world game? And if it was your open world game, what would you want from it? Let me know in the comments below. And speaking of open world games, last bit of news.
So CD Projekt Red, known for The Witcher 3 and upcoming Cyberpunk 2077.
Fuck yeah.
They, first off, are going to be at E3 this year. They don't really have anything that they're willing to talk about that, but they're going to be there. So we are probably going to see something on Cyberpunk, so I'm excited as hell for that.
Yeah.
Not to throw my opinion out too fast, but it's
6 years in development.
yeah. So yeah,
I would love to see something.
so like he said, 6 years in development. They did give us something though. So they did say that this game is very much like The Witcher, is a single player focused open world RPG, but they also said it's bigger than anything they've made so far. They also emphasize there will be no micropayments whatsoever. You're buying and getting a game. They have not ruled out multiplayer. Didn't say yes or no, but it's on the table, I guess. Did I miss anything or?
No, I don't think so. I mean, another thing they mentioned too is the only thing that's going to differentiate this from The Witcher, though, is there's not a set character. You're going to create your own character.
Right. So, what do we think?
I mean, there's some stuff to unpack here. So first off, 6 years in development. We saw a teaser of this years ago, and it was very fucking cool. Something me and you've
Still
been
beautiful.
Me and you've been very hyped on for a while. Anyone who's played The Witcher or is a fan of CD Projekt Red, you're probably also hyped on this game. Even if you never saw the teaser, you're probably excited for it because they have a loyal fan base for a good reason. They're the opposite of EA. I like when you mentioned there's not going to be microtransaction type shit. Big surprise coming from these guys. They're very fucking. They're a very respectable company. The Witcher 3 had like 17 DLCs for free. I mean, and they had really, really stupid, but like the little thank you note inside the case when you got it. I was like, I don't get shit like this ever from any company. That really, it was weird. I was like, wow.
Well,
it's a piece of paper.
Especially looking at where they came from, because like there's The Witcher, which most people probably didn't touch.
Niche fan base.
Yeah. And then Witcher 2 came out, a lot of improvements.
They got the gears turning.
PC players, were able to get a hold of it because it went on a bunch of Steam sales and whatnot, and it did slowly grow. And then Witcher 3 came out and just wildfire.
Yep.
So they grew big time after that.
So anyway, 6 years in development, which is a long time, and it's not development hell a long time. This is like planned engineering of the engine, and they were hiring for like people and like working on like vehicles and stuff like that
because they're future proofing the game. That was something I forgot to mention.
Yeah, and just to go through that real quick, they're saying that the new technology in this is future-proof so that not only this game, but the engine itself could translate into the next consoles. Yeah. So they're kind of doing what Valve did originally with...
or even DICE with Frostbite.
With their engine, and it's just ready for the future. So, like I said, the 6-year development, they've been working on more than just the game, just the engine in general, which is understandable because a lot of games take like 3 or 4 years to be made, some 2. Anyway, but then earlier this year on Twitter, their profile was active for the first time in forever.
I think it said beep.
It went beep. That's it. Which everybody's like, oh shit. And now they're going to be at E3. So I'm going to guess, I think we're going to see something, or at least hear something. And I'm going to freak the fuck out. But
probably one of the most exciting things at E3.
Absolutely.
There's a surprise in there from a different company.
100%. And they're talking about the game now too. So I mean, like, there's a lot of activity. It's like little rumbles before an earthquake. Like I feel like something's coming. I'm really fucking pumped for this. Anything at all, I'll be excited for. But I think we're gonna see something. And even if we don't see something, I'm very excited for it. Also worth mentioning too that they said Nintendo Switch is off the table. This isn't gonna work on it.
And any future large games by the company.
Yeah.
If you like, I kind of brought up earlier, they're from PC background, and obviously they care about pushing, to the graphics, whatever, everything. Just they want it to shine, and the Switch would hold them back. Which,
well, they say the engine is very technologically advanced.
Yeah, so
they're not like, oh, it's pretty cool. Like it's like this is very fucking advanced.
It is a bummer, obviously, for people who, that's their primary gaming system.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to be a little understanding of what's in your hands there. Like, if you think that the Switch is capable of running everything that like a PC and the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 can do, lying to yourself. I mean,
Yeah, my interest in games though are pretty varied though, because I think mechanics and the way the game plays is the most important thing. But
sure.
I'm not one of those people who are like graphics don't matter. They don't matter in the sense of like what you need. But I'm a fucking tech nerd, and like if you can push the fucking boundaries of what graphics can do, I'm gonna be all about it. This game's already gonna be awesome. But that they've been working on this engine and saying it's very technologically advanced. Sorry, Switch. Like, I'm just happy we're getting it on fucking PS4 and Xbox One, because it could just come out for PC, and I would get it for that, because this game I need, and if they can push the fucking or raise the bar for shit like this, I'm all for it. It's been a while since like someone's really cranked out something
I'd love
crazy.
to see a company come out with a PC melting game. I mean,
for sure. It's been a while.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you could probably tell we're excited for it.
We've
been following for a while. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's much I can say that wasn't already said, other than I can't wait for E3. I love E3 anyways. Like, me and you have always been like that. Sit down, actually watch everything that comes out of it.
It's a spectacle. Yeah. I still have really good memories of PS4 and Xbox. That was one of the best E3s ever when they first got shown.
Oh,
there's so much build up to it, and just like the fucking inner games of like the way Sony just played Microsoft.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was fucked.
Yeah,
but it was like that was a spectacle. Like if like it's video games, you guys are watching the right channel if you're into video games. But like I was like, damn, this is some corporate fucking like we're gonna destroy them in front of everybody. That's crazy. Anyway,
well, yeah, and that's tasty cast if we start ranting too much on that. So
it's gonna be half the
anyways,
episode.
This is awesome. I'm glad that this is actually actively being talked about. The only time I ever read anything on Cyberpunk 2077 was it's all speculation because they just haven't given anything. I still go back every once in a while and watch that teaser.
Yep.
So
it's fucking cool.
It's way cool. I mean, if you're into Cyberpunk stuff at all, and you know the origin of where this is coming from, way cool. There's a lot to be excited about. If they nail it, and if someone is going to nail it, I think this is the right company to be working on it.
I'd be blown away if they don't make a fucking at least competent good game.
No,
let alone amazing. Like I don't think this could be bad. One thing I want to ask you before we end the episode: what do you think about the multiplayer aspect? Do you need it? Do you want it? I guess that's it.
I don't need it. I am a little bummed because I was very much looking forward to playing a co-op Cyberpunk, visual representation of a pen and paper game. But at the end of the day, if they don't add it, I'm not going to be super disappointed because I'm still going to, be enamored, I'm sure, by the spectacle of it, and then getting like a Cyberpunk game that I'm sure will just be absolutely everything I've really wanted. Because like a good example is like Deus Ex. I appreciate those games. I love the style, but it's not what it's not what I'm looking for in a Cyberpunk game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's the closest thing I can get.
It is the closest. Besides like some indie developed games that are like 2D and stuff like that. So
yeah, and that's the thing is like I'm going into knowing I'm going to buy this game single player. So I'm not expecting multiplayer. If there is, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm not even thinking about it, and I'm this stoked for it already. So if it comes out and they do say there's going to be some kind of multiplayer, I don't know what it'd be. If it's a mini game, if it's actual cooperative play through the game, which would be amazing, because I would love that also, to have a shared experience, since you can make your own character. Mm-hmm. It would also be really cool to see CD Projekt Red push themselves into territory that they have not really gone, because The Witcher's not multiplayer. So it'd be really cool. I mean, they're dealing with like apparently vehicles in the game as well. So I mean, like the scale of this game sounds pretty fucking big. Okay. And we have not seen a Cyberpunk game realized like this. If it's going to be anything like The Witcher 3,
yeah,
in like graphics and scale, which sounds like it's going to be, we have not got to experience a game like this.
Well, I mean, in 6 years, so
yeah,
it's a long time to work on stuff. They still hire people.
Sounds like they mean business if they're working on it that long and they're not going, well, there's a delay. This is them. We're working on it.
Yeah,
it'll come out eventually.
One thing they could do to implement multiplayer, they could people might not like this, but I think it worked out well. Final Fantasy 15 did the Comrades DLC later down the road, and it's its own thing that happens to use the map and stuff like that. That's in Final Fantasy 15. They could literally do something like that too, and it would still give multiplayer. They could still have a story-driven single-player game, and then they could just have missions that you could do with your friends as a separate entity. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, they could definitely add something later. And it seems like recently in games, people are getting more and more adaptive about changing the game as they go, which has been working out for like games like Rainbow Six Siege and shit.
Even Final Fantasy 15 to use the example again.
Exactly. But yeah, at its core, I would just love to have even just one other person in the world with you. That'd be really fucking cool. It'd be also kind of cool if you went to like certain spots of the map and like they're like public places, so you could at least run into other people and see what they look like.
Like bars and shit.
Yeah.
And
then
cool.
and then if they added the co-op, maybe you could like meet someone there and then leave with that one person, like a social hub.
Instance in.
Yeah, which would be really fucking cool. Just because I in a world like that, I want to see what other people look like as well.
Oh, for
because
sure.
we're all gonna be showing each other anyway. Like, oh, dude, look at my dude. He's fucking crazy looking and
Right.
shit. So, or she. So that'd be really cool. But if they don't do it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I want what they're gonna offer me already. So, multiplayer is just plus. We probably talk about this all day.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
No.
Very excited.
I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
So.
I would say we just keep talking about Cyberpunk in general. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about Cyberpunk 2077, CD Projekt Red being at E3? What do you think all this information coming out now is? What do you think about them activating their Twitter after so long? And do you think we're going to see it soon? And are you excited for it? And what do you think about multiplayer? Do you want it? Do you need it? Do you not care about it? Let me know. And I think that's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook at Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out the streams on Twitch at Tasty Senpai, all one word. Make sure to hit the notifications to make sure you know when I go live. It's kind of finicky, so, just hit the notification thing. And join the Discord. Like I said, show goes on, or the conversation goes on after the show. So join that. And yeah, my name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
Until next episode, which will be episodes, Game of the Month, probably Thursday, and Plus Club on Friday. Till then, have a good week, guys, and take it easy.